Hi, it's Therese and Lostinpaper, and I'm back by request. Today's card is a repeat of a card that I recently published and had lots of questions about. So I'll link that card here and in the description below. I had this little bird coloured up for a card and hadn't used it, so basically today's card's going to be modelled around him. It's from the Tweet Tweet set. It's an Avery Elle stamp. It's really cute. I'm also using one of the double pieced rectangle dies, so just need those two pieces, and I've got a piece of white cardstock here. And I want to roughly work out where my bird's going to be, and the sentiment today I've got from a Mum Elephant set called Bling. And I want to emboss this in black. So I'm using my VersaFine Onyx Black ink, which is much easier than trying to use black embossing powder. And it's really cool sentiment that says, "Oh yeah, baby." Fits in this speech bubble perfectly. And this is a pigment ink, so it embosses really well, and I've got some clear embossing powder here, and I'll just hit this with my heat tool. Now, you actually don't have to emboss this, but I thought I'd try and keep this fairly similar to the other card that I made, just so the technique stays the same. And that was an embossed sentiment that was in a frame. So what I'm doing here is I've also stamped out the speech bubble, and that's on some Inkadinkado stamping mask paper, and I'm cutting that out. And to make this a little bit easier, I've got some removable adhesive, and I'm going to adhere this down to a piece of computer paper. And I'm popping my mask over the top of my sentiment. So when I was choosing my colours today, I looked at the orange red of the bird, and the complementary colour to that is blue green. So I'm using Mint Julep, which is a Hero Arts colour, and the stamp set is one of my favourites from the LOA stamps, and it's called Crossing Lines. And now I'm just going to build an angled background. And when I stamp this, I've got my embossed line there around my sentiment, so I will try and focus some pressure around there. And I find it's easier to use my stamp presses because they have a little bit of give compared to a hard block. So my second colour here is a Ranger Archival. This one's called Aquamarine. And basically I'm just going to work my way along the panel. And I'm adding a bit more detail using one of the Mum Elephant stamp sets. This is the background set, and it's called Basic Borders, and it fitted perfectly in there. Now I can take away my mask and work out where I want to die cut this And I'll hold it in place with some low-tack tape and run it through my die cutting machine. And I just love the pierced edge that this, I'm not sure if you can see that these die cuts do. Okay, so here's the bit I don't like. I'm not sure if you can see, but it hasn't actually stamped right up to my speech bubble there. That's because my mask was there. So a quick tip is to put some of the same colour stamp onto a block. Use a blender pen. You can even use just a little, cotton bud or something like that, just to pick the colour up and then add it to the edge, and no one will ever know. Well, you and I will know, but no one else will know. Okay, so next I want to add the feet of the bird, and I've got my Memento Tuxedo Black. And what I like to do is make them a little bit longer, because I want to pop the bird up on some foam tape and I don't want it to look like the legs aren't attached. And I'm using my stamp runner to mount this onto some black cardstock. And I've added some black mounting foam to the back of my little panel here. And also to my bird. And I found the perfect dots to match my little scene. A couple of different kinds. What have I got? My Mind's Eye, and it's My Girl and Collectible. So I hope you've had some fun today. I'll be back again real soon. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.